This is the Sacred Business Podcast, a show for spiritual women identifying entrepreneurs and leaders. I am Sora Suriano. On this show, you'll meet inspiring guests, get some business tips, experience sacred practices, and listen to my personal lessons as a business owner. As a transformational business coach, powerful medicine woman, inspirational speaker, fire igniter, heart whisperer, and world traveler, I've helped hundreds of women around the world heal their stories and transform their sacred businesses. It's time for us to claim our rightful and equitable place in entrepreneurship through scaling our business efforts. You are worthy, Divine Sister. This is episode 5 with our guest, Kimbrel Wiggs, who so openly and lovingly said yes to being coached. Robin is a world traveler and a storyteller of trees. She loves her fur babies and restoring lost soul parts for her clients. Craft beer is her jam, as well as ushering earthbound spirits into the light. Robin plays by channeling wisdom from the spirit world and communing with the sacredness in nature. She regularly sings to her trees and the space around her house, clearing any energies that may drift in and clutter her mind or relationships. She is a creatrix, a holder of sacred space, and a channel for cosmic wisdom. She is a published author and is now teaching herself to play the ukulele. As a shamanic practitioner, Robin works in the invisible world, the world of spirit. Through Journey Space, she makes contact with helping spirits, powerful animals, and ancestors, channeling in guidance and healing that supports you in your life. Her favorite way to work is to combine several of her gifts and skills in one session. It's absolutely magical. Hey there, Robin.
Hi, Sora. How are you today?
I am doing so well, and I am so grateful that you are on today on the Sacred Business Podcast.
Thank you. I'm honored, and what fun this is going to be.
It is going to be fun. So let's dive in a little bit. And if you could share with the listeners who you are and what you do based on how you're feeling today.
Today, I feel very connected to my work. I'm halfway done with my day, and I'm a massage therapist, and I'm a shamanic practitioner and a soul life guide. So with the shamanic practitioner, I guide people into journey space to bring back answers for them, to help them move forward in their life, to resolve issues, to heal relationships, and to receive physical and spiritual healings for themselves. And as a soul life coach, it's pretty much the same thing, other than that's an ongoing process via Zoom or phone rather than in person.
Beautiful. And how long have you been doing this for, give or take?
15 years.
Beautiful. 15 years. So much gratitude for the work you are doing.
Thank you.
So let's take a moment and drop in, open our space, close your eyes. As we do, we honor Robin and the 15 years of her practice, but however many more years on her soul journey and path that she has been with us in this life form. Also honoring all of her past lives and experiences that she had and the divine parallel lives that she is currently having in the different realms as well. May we honor the wisdom that has been channeled through her based on her experiences as well as her being tapped in as a massage therapist, a shamanic practitioner, and a soul life coach. And today, simply we are here to help serve her in the highest way so that she may begin to even ground in deeply her medicine and allow more people to walk with her on this path so they can feel sovereign and responsible with their healing. And so we begin. Inhale together. Exhale together. As we come to this place now in the sacred space, I'm wondering if you can drop in, calling yourself into yourself, bringing your awareness internally, and taking a moment as long as you need to notice what may be coming up for you, what's coming forward when it comes to you in your life or your business, or possibly something that may be even connected to both.
Well, it is what has been coming up the last few weeks. I have these amazing ideas. I'm very much a creatrix. And I know what the final thing is going to look like, but I don't know where to start. And even if I have a list of things where to start, for me to initially try to figure out how to describe it, or how to put the words out there, the verbiage, the how to describe it. I get. See, I'm even having trouble now.
I see that. That's so interesting, huh? Look at that great self-awareness, though.
I know.
I could feel your system wanting to tie your tongue and give you limited space to share.
I actually read something recently, and it could have been in human design, and I am a manifester in human design. And I'm sorry, I don't remember if it was exactly the human design or not, but I believe it was. It was connected there. And it said that manifestors, or according to my human design chart, I have an internal monologue.
Uh-huh.
In order for me to put the words together to tell you what it is, I don't have that.
Yes.
I'm like, that's it exactly. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh, there's a reason.
Yes, which is great because that's actually what I was feeling into, which was how do we explore the internal monologue and allow it to be a dialogue?
Right.
So shall we play with that?
I would love that. Yes.
Awesome. So close your eyes. And for most of this, we'll have your eyes closed, meaning that the invitation is to go inward, knowing that I'm there with you, and yet I'm meeting you on the internal plane rather than the external plane. Okay. So when you are in conversation with me, it's simply almost like a monologue in the fact that you're working and conversing with yourself, your higher self, and me as your witness.
Okay.
So with your eyes closed, just taking a moment, and if you wouldn't mind sharing your full name 3 times.
Robin Sherry Kimbrel Wiggs. Robin Sherry Kimbrel Wiggs. Robin Sherry Kimbrel Wiggs.
And do I have permission to enter your field?
You do, yes.
Thank you. And so as we drop in, let your mind open, your mind's eye open. For you share that you have a plentiful amount, a cornucopia of ideas, and you are a creatrix. So we want to honor your creatrix. So invite her into the field.
Okay.
And your creatrix, you shared, also knows what it looks like, the final outcome or the final vision. You know what it looks like. So just take a moment to feel it, see it with your senses, and be with it without having to do anything else right now.
Okay. It looks and feels like juicy fruit.
Gorgeous.
Yummy.
Gorgeous. Now, I would invite you to consider, because I can feel a little bit of a confusion with so many people around you. So you might want to invite your own creatrix to go inside you. So you are seeing through the lens of her, for she is a part of you.
Okay.
And now begin to see what comes up for you. That final vision, the completion of your creation.
I can almost see the steps all the way, but the final ending is like a beautiful rose opening.
Beautiful. What do the steps look like, rather than looking at the final rose?
So like the first 2 steps are a little bit, what's the word? A little confused, a little not knowing what to do or where to start. But after that, they get more vibrant and bigger and fruitful after that.
Beautiful. So let's take a look at that first step. See if we can expand it, almost like you were looking at something at a picture on your iPad, but it was real and 3-dimensional, and you can just zoom it. Mm-hmm. So you saw it in more detail. And as you do, just knowing that you can ground in that step into Mother Earth and yourself. And we also allow gold light to enter so you feel safe in this process. That it's okay that you're feeling confused and unknowing. And it's okay, actually, to begin understanding.
Okay.
Now, you may even ask the first step, why does this feel so confusing? Why do you feel unclear?
It really feels like a lack of knowing, like what is the first step, which is rather simple.
And yet so complex, actually.
Quite. Because it actually looks just like a concrete step, like plain and like nondescript, and there's no beauty to it, no decoration.
Yeah.
So I had to paint it and put crystals on it.
So on this very clear, clean, basic step, what do you think you can do? Could you possibly take a step?
It's kind of opened up in the center and it's told me to dive in.
Great. So it's not complex. It's really basic in the fact that simply all you have to do is dive in. How do you feel about diving in?
Let's do it.
All right. So allowing yourself to feel completely safe. You are safe.
Mm-hmm.
You may take along with you anyone or any high council beings that you desire that are in the light with you. And when you are ready, diving in, knowing that you will land softly wherever it is that you need to go. Remembering this is about what is the steps that is needed to be taken at this moment.
Okay. So it feels very Alice in Wonderland like.
It did, yes.
Like there's just magic in there. Like it can be anything I want it to be.
Gorgeous. It also feels like the magic is you. Can you embrace your magic?
Maybe that's it. Okay, so yes, while it's all there, the Alice in Wonderland type magic, it needs me to come in and orchestrate it.
Yes, you house the magic.
Yes.
Okay, so as you look, possibly getting curious as an explorer, just looking, feeling, playing with the magic before you become the vessel for it. It gives you an opportunity to really taste the flavor, the energetic imprint of this Alice in Wonderland like magic that really is you. How does it feel, look? How yummy is it?
Well, keeping with the Alice in Wonderland theme, it feels like a sugar-coated candy.
Yes.
Yes, it just feels very, very sweet and satisfying and kind of like that thing you've always wanted, like when you're a child and there's this piece of pink sugar-coated candy and it's like the one thing in the world you want. That's what it feels like.
Absolutely. Now, if you were to take the candy and place it in your mouth, is it a little hard? Does it soften very quickly? Just what's the texture and how would you move and explore and taste your candy?
Yeah, it softened very quickly and kind of just laid down in my mouth. It was almost like a gumdrop shape.
Uh-huh.
And it just kind of laid down in my mouth with this sweetness and even a pink light. It was like radiating this pink light.
Beautiful. So are you ready to allow all of that magic to really begin to enter your vessel?
Absolutely, yes.
Would you need a mechanism in order for that to happen? What feels true for you to begin to really allow this energy to enter?
I'm supposed to take a bite out of something, but I'm not sure what it is. I'm not really getting a visual on that.
Okay. So possibly it's staying with the sweet candy.
Mm-hmm.
What if you take all of that energy that's swirling around you and invite it to become one piece of candy that is the shape of a gumdrop, that's sweet and pink, the feeling that you must have it when you were little and you knew there was that one candy that you really desired.
Okay.
And when you're ready, allow it to enter through your mouth, activating your throat, and allow it to fill your central channel.
That's a beautiful, radiant gold light that's just filling me through my throat chakra and all the way down my belly.
Yes, it feels already so open that you've had on your crown and your third, and your willingness to embrace it through your throat has an easeful pathway that goes all the way down through your central line.
Mm-hmm.
You can invite that also to move out through your first chakra and also through the soles of your feet, connecting it with Mother Earth so that you always know that as you lay your feet, you are connected from the cosmos, but also more importantly right now in human form with Mother Earth.
Okay, yes, really, really intense connection, yes.
Yeah. Remembering to open your crown so that there is both pathways for you to honor the sweet energy. Now I invite you to get curious around what is the way in which you walk your medicine, the way in which you serve, that is soft and sweet, that others so desire and need to have, that may be in this beautiful gumdrop-like shape on an energetic way, that as soon as they meet you, they experience you, they can soften and lay things down to rest, possibly connected with the color pink.
I actually get that often from people that they like being in my energy field or being around me.
Yes, I can totally feel that. How do you feel about that? Does that feel good and true? Does that feel like it's enough?
Does it feel like it's enough that they just feel good being around me? Or,
yes.
I still feel like I need to reach people who aren't necessarily like in my field or close to my field.
And is it possible to reframe that a little? Even if they're strangers, does it feel enough for them to feel a calling to be in your presence and know that's enough?
Yes. Yes.
How would it feel to reach people from that place?
And it would actually make me feel very complete. Like, okay, I've done what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like just being that form of energy that makes people feel good, that makes them know they can heal whatever it is, encouraging them.
Absolutely. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to express what other people have shared, a reflection around how you hold space, how impeccable you are and gifted as a healer and a coach. What are some words or ways in which they shared their gratitude?
I've heard people say, it just feels good to be with you. I've heard people say, you create a soul space in my office here. Someone told me this was a soul space, not just a sacred space. People that I've actually not met in person, but I have worked with, have told me my energy is very sweet, or my energy is very powerful, or my energy is full of wisdom.
Gorgeous. It also feels like your medicine really does come through your voice.
Okay.
So your voice and the way in which you speak and the tone and the vibration of it encapsulates all of the feeling that others get when they're with you. So not only do you create soul space and sacred space regarding even the location, but to be with you and listen to your voice, one feels good. And they can feel your power, your sweetness, your knowledge and wisdom. And then they also can feel as if there's an access point for themselves to begin to trust that within them. Does that feel true?
I will accept that. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. So here's an invitation for us to get curious. I'm not saying this is the path in which you desire to take, right? So it's just about, let's see if we can discern if this may feel true or not.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to put something out there, which is, what if, as we dove into this first step, you were saying that it felt like it was confusing, and yet it was this very simple, clear step.
Right.
It was basic, meaning it wasn't complicated. And we dove in it and we saw this sweet candy, really, that went in your mouth. It activated your throat. And all of a sudden it cleared this channel. And I could even taste your candy. Like I can taste your energy. And so what if it signifies that your first step is around embracing your voice and allowing others to simply listen and be in your space? Listen to your voice.
Okay.
What's coming up for you?
Well, I'm trying to think, okay, so do I need to expand that? Because I do, on my business page on Facebook, I do Facebook Lives every Monday.
Yeah.
Where I just talk about all things shamanic or just how to live a more spiritual life. So do I need that more? Or do I need to expand it into something else?
Beautiful. Good inquiry.
Yes.
So as we drop into that, let's take a moment and consider what that could look like. So it seems as if we looked at it from a strategic standpoint, or someone would say, you're doing all the things, right? You're sharing your voice and you're doing lives and all of the stuff you're doing. And yet I know that there's this place in you who desires expanding, more clients, right? Deeper connections, a regular flow, possibly more online things, whatever that looks like. But part of entrepreneurship, we like to expand.
Right.
So if we can drop in, possibly taking a moment to invite another part of that essence of your soul candy to enter within your mouth. And notice, is there a slight different perspective or shift around what may come up with how you share, or the container in which you share, the concepts you share, that will help someone soften, lay things to rest, allow pink and gold light to enter them, and feel held?
I think I'm stuck there.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where to expand that or how.
So here's what came up for me. And this might be something that you may be open to playing with and just seeing what may occur, which is taking a look at the types of shares that you're currently having and what they are about. And notice if they are more about sharing practices or kind of leading people through, let's say, like more of a tutorial, something that is more knowledge-based. And also playing with possibly this idea of holding a sacred space where they can just be with you, meaning you're sharing your own personal stories or a meditation or a journey, or gathering someone who is live with you to get on live with you where you can hold them. A way that allows you to be rather than do.
Okay.
And that might feel a little vague at first, but how is that currently feeling before we dive even deeper?
That does feel good, yes.
So how about we play with that?
Okay.
So I am here to simply be with you. I hand over the sacred space that is your soul space. And I wonder if you would be willing to hold me in that.
Yes. Yes, of course.
So I, Source, your shilling no, call myself present into the space. And as I walk in, I allow myself to soften and be held by you. And you may hold it in any way you want, both in silence and with words, but you may take it away.
And welcome, Sora. And just allow yourself to breathe normally and organically. Just notice the energy around you as it moves gently, encompassing you, holding you. Let yourself feel you are being brought closer to spirit. Let yourself rest in that. Allow yourself to feel held and nourished and seen.
So what comes up for me as you hold me in this way is how often, and this might be your medicine for all of your clients, but how often I find that I am holding. And even in the midst of my practices where I am releasing, I'm still not feeling the full release.
Mm-hmm.
And so the emotions that arise in me is there is a deep permission in the space with you and part of your magic where I can allow myself to be present and still and not do or help or support or anything, but just have the space for me.
Mm-hmm.
And there doesn't even need to be a lot of words, and you're providing that place where even in my energetic body, I know that it's actually safe to not track or do anything or navigate anyway, but allow myself to be with my emotions and my feelings to the full extent that I am open to receiving it.
That's beautiful.
How does that feel for you?
Wow. That was my intent. That was my intent for you. Yes.
And to be honest, Robin, there's so many people out there that need just that. Just not meaning that it's simple or that it is belittling, but meaning the precision of it.
Right.
That the ability to be present and allow someone to be in the stillness without having to, there was no part in your energetic field where I felt like you were like, oh, is there anything else I need to do? Like, what else? There was just a stillness in there, and it reverberated. It felt like I was being held in the cosmic sky. And that is so needed for our spiritual community.
It is, isn't it? It is. And I guess I never thought of doing that like online.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so nourishing. If there was, like, some have like weekly or daily meditations at a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a mentor that I had years ago. Her name is Kelly Morris, and she has a meditation, I think, every day at a certain time. But if you had a soul space as often as you wanted, where people could just drop in, that would feel so impactful. And then to, of course, then invite them into a deeper experience with you, right? Once we get into that stillness, then we can tap into what is the other healing that needs to happen. But we can't get there until we find that stillness and be held by someone like you.
That's true. That's true. Wow. It's so simple.
And so profound. But like your step, it's simple. The basic, we forget that it is our basic foundational understanding of ourselves that makes the greatest impact.
That's really big. That's really big, Sora.
Yeah. So from this, as you feel into this, Are you open without us going through a to-do list, because right now I can feel it's opened you into this possibility.
Right.
So can we make a devotional prayer that you walk with this new uncovering and allow yourself to gently explore what this means going forward?
Absolutely. Yes.
So therefore, we've covered the first step, and you said the first 2 steps looked a little vague. So now we stay on that step, the first one, and we get to open you up to the next step.
Yes. Which will be much less complicated now.
Exactly.
Yes.
And you said all following steps after that looked very clear.
They did. Yes.
Beautiful. Do you feel complete here?
I feel so complete. Wow. Thank you so much.
Amazing. So let us both just take a moment with our eyes closed. I give great thanks for Robin and her heart. I give great thanks for her opening herself up to this deep portal into an energetic realm. I give great thanks to all of the council beings that were here with us. And I give great thanks for where Robin is now stepping into. I give great thanks to her medicine, this particular powerful way that she holds space for me to soften, to lay down, to rest, to see the sweetness in myself and be embraced by pink and gold light. I give great thanks. And with that, we close our space, inhaling together, exhaling together, slowly coming back to here and now.
Thank you, Sora. I give great thanks to you and your medicine and how you share it.
Thank you. It was so fun to play with you. Have a great one, Robin. I look forward to hearing what occurs.
Thank you, Sora, very much.
Thanks for listening to the Sacred Business Podcast with me, Sora Suryano. If you love the show and desire to know more, check out sorasuryano.com. I would also so appreciate it if you would leave a love note, aka a review on iTunes. Now, remember, you have the power to create anything. You are able to bring forth beauty, abundance, and grace in your business and life every day while living a life that is wild, free, and calm. You are worthy, Divine Sister.